America knows that when your boss says, hey, free health care, you don't really mean that either, because it's not free. The question is, what is it actually going to cost? No, better question. Who really benefits? Who's actually being helped here? Because remember, it's all about you. Oh, we just love you so much. Well, let's look at this. Right now, if let's say you get prostate cancer, okay, that's kind of bad. 1 out of every 6 men watching right now, 1 out of 6 are going to get prostate cancer. Here in America, you have a 90% chance of survival. 90%. Only 10% are going to die. 10% in America. Now, where they have that great universal health coverage in the UK, well, it shoots up a little bit. Your chance of dying does shoot up just a bit. Only shoots up by, no, not 60, 604%. But that's it. Your chance of dying in Norway, yeah, sure, is only 450. Okay. So don't worry about it. If you're in Canada, remember, this is all about you. If you're in Canada or Great Britain and somebody you know has cancer or needs to have a hip replaced, or maybe mom has cancer and she needs radiation. Do you know anybody that needs radiation treatment? Don't worry. We're from the government, and we're here to help you. I hope it's not that quick-acting cancer, because if you have that quick-acting cancer, you're going to wait only for hip replacement, radiation, 2 times longer. In fact, in some cases, up to a year you could be waiting. Yeah. So it doesn't benefit you because you stink. You don't really understand. Must benefit the doctors, right? Well, what do they think about it? I mean, besides the grassroots of white coats who visited the White House, you know, that wasn't staged or funded by the Liberal Progress Tides Corporation at all. No, it wasn't. Look, you go to college. You want to be a doctor. Do you remember when Mom used to say, well, maybe you can marry a doctor, or maybe he'll become a doctor? Well, not anymore. Because people going to school now to be doctors are coming out with a mountain of debt. 41% of the students have an excess of $150,000, and a significant minority has higher than $350,000 in debt. Experts predict it could be as high as $750,000 by 2033. Wow, that's great. Imagine doing all of that work and having that debt and then not being able to make money. You combine that with increasing popular view that doctors are just ripping out tonsils out of kids that don't need their tonsils ripped out, or cutting people's feet off just because the doctor wants to make a few extra bucks. Do you really think that you're going to see an increase in medical students? I don't think so. And especially consider that the percentage of doctors who say they'll quit if this is passed is only 45%. No worries. You're going to be able to find a good doctor. Really, you will. So, it doesn't help the doctors. Well, where else? Who else? Oh, I love this. Who is everybody else that could be helped? How about pharmaceutical companies? Do you know the pharmaceutical companies pledged $80 billion in reductions? In return, President Obama said, hey, don't worry about us negotiating lower drug prices. I mean, we won't do that. Oh, well, that's fantastic. No worries. Big Pill is helped out. How about places like AARP? President Obama is cutting $500 million, is that what it is, from Medicare with, $500 million from Medicare, with a big chunk of it, about 160 coming from Medicare Advantage. Medicare Advantage, okay? 160 million. That's, by the way, Medicare Advantage is gap insurance. What the government doesn't cover, this insurance from AARP covers. But if they do that, wow, people are going to need more gap insurance. And guess who sells gap insurance? And of course, the unions. They open the door, eventually getting all of their health care expenses off the books. The unions, they can't make it with all these promises that they've made to people. And they get it all shoved onto the government rolls. Unions like SEIU. Who?
Billion, not million, 160 billion.
Thank you, 160 billion. Sorry. It's only better for them. So we're back to SEIU. Remember, they have 1.1 million members in healthcare. 1.1. They're the giant union. They're the ones who had the healthcare town hall meetings. They were the ones beating up anybody who disagreed. Do you remember that? You, me, and the doctors. We're a family. And our family is dealing with raging alcoholics. You, the doctors, me. Okay? We're the family. We've got somebody who is abusive. We have somebody who is abusing the, well, they're not abusing alcohol. They're abusing power. That's what they are. We're getting hurt by the abusers. The drug companies, the unions, AARP, all of them. They're the enabler. The ones who is, they're given the bottle of Jack Daniels every night. Obama and SEIU are the alcoholics. But the worst part is, all of this is happening in the cover of darkness. We know there is a plan coming, sure. We don't know all of the details, and when we do get them, it'll be so filled with legalese, it'll be too darn difficult to read the plan. Who is there representing you? We're moms and dads. We're people that care. We care about our children. We care about our future. We care about our country. And we're willing to ask the questions. Like, here's a question. What role has SEIU played in this health care bill? Who has written this bill? Who does it benefit exactly? Why can't we read the health care bill in advance? Will Congress promise that they will follow the Constitution to pass this bill, or are they going to find some loophole to pass it? I'm sorry if those questions make us the enemy of the state at the end of the day, but somebody has to ask these questions because freedom of speech is at stake. President Obama, Anita in the White House, welcome to the place that George Washington called the battlefield of ideas. This is the way it's done in America. I'll meet you on the battlefield here every day at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, you make your changes in the cover of darkness.